Mental Health Chats. I'm Claire Davis, and I've got the lovely Dani Klein Modisett with us. Hi, Dani. How are you going?
Hey, great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, Dani. And would you like to tell everybody where you are from in the world?
Oh, yes. Okay. I am coming to you from Los Angeles, California, in the States, as they say.
Yeah, I bet you it's a lot warmer here than here at the moment.
Pretty
Anyway.
beautiful, I gotta say.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so we can see Laughter on Call there behind you, and we're both wearing pink today. We did not plan.
Yes, we got the memo. We've got the pink memo going on.
Pink memo. So can you tell us, Dani, who is Dani Klein Modisett?
Great. So I'm a comedian and an author, a teacher, and now an entrepreneur because of Laughter on Call. So Laughter on Call is a company that I created actually for my mother, who was facing Alzheimer's disease, and I couldn't make her laugh, and I felt terrible about it, and I decided to hire a comedian to cheer her up, and it worked, and it really did change the quality of her end of care experience. And so then I launched the company from there to help people all over the world who were feeling isolated, facing illness.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So you've said that you're a comedian, you're an entrepreneur, you're a teacher, etc. So what exactly do you do? What is Laughter on Call?
Oh, so Laughter on Call, we run workshops and training to create human connection through shared laughter. So highly interactive workshops. We bring teams together from around the world to create a human connection by having everybody participate in interactive improv games. And we also do training, communication training, so that leaders and team members can feel more connected to each other in this kind of post-pandemic situation that we find ourselves in, which has been really like permanently changed, at least from our perspective right now, that a lot more people are working from home and not coming into an office. So how do you keep people feeling connected to each other? Because loneliness is a really big problem in the corporate space right now.
That's absolutely amazing, and it's absolutely brilliant that you do that. And I'm thinking about all the organizations that I work with, how managers and their teams can really work in such stressful organizations and stressful times. So tell us all, when it's really stressful in the work environment, what can people do to bring laughter and fun into the work environment?
Well, definitely as a leader, you can have a sense of humor. Find a sense of humor about something, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be about in fact, maybe better to not, you don't want to make fun of a situation. So that's a key thing with Laughter on Call, is that we always talk about we're a laughing with company, not a laughing at company. So it's never about sarcasm or what they would call aggressive humor. It's really about using affiliative humor, which brings people together. And it's making fun of something maybe outside the office. Like I always say, I'm not really a cook. I don't really cook. I'm more of a defroster. I really like to take the thaw out of food. That's my idea of food prep. And so right away, like you're smiling, then it opens the door for other people to share some vulnerability and create like a human connection that exists outside the office, but then creates a sense of humanity for everybody. So, that's just the one. You can do something as silly as turning on music and giving everybody 5 minutes to, dance around and change their physical spirit as well. That can really help too.
So what are the benefits? What do you think the benefits are of creating this atmosphere? Is it going to help with productivity or what's going on?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, just the physical benefits of laughter itself, like endorphins, serotonin uptick, you get a dopamine hit. It's really good for all your organs, laughter. It brings like more oxygen to your lungs and your vital organs. And the interesting thing about laughter is it doesn't even have to be like heartfelt laughter. Like the physical experience of laughter will create those positive effects on your body, and it's contagious. So that's the other thing about being a leader. If you introduce laughter and humor, it's contagious. if I started laughing right now, even like fake laughing, you would eventually start laughing because it's so silly and it has the same positive effect on your body. And then in terms of productivity, absolutely, because so many people are feeling isolated and depressed and low energy. And the idea of introducing laughter, which essentially is giving people a way into being more present. That's what laughter does. It's very hard to laugh and be worried at the same time. Like that's the proven. So if you can get people laughing in some way, it lends perspective, and it really says it's not always going to be like this. Like, look, there's still a moment of humor here. So those are really, really valuable for people right now. And I will say, lastly, in terms of team building, right? Like if people laugh together, they experience something together and they feel bonded to each other. They feel closer to each other. And then when you have a team that feels connected with like an inside joke or something that they all experience together, they're that much more likely to work better together as a team.
That's amazing. That is so, so true. And I'm just thinking about any of the bosses that I've had in the past and the teams I've had in the past, the ones where we actually give each other permission to laugh. It's almost like you've got permission to see the funny side of this and not to be so serious. Targets just aren't about being serious. They're the teams that I bonded with the most and I built better relationships with.
Right. And then also people are that much more likely to bring forward innovative ideas. Because if you're creating an atmosphere where it has to be done a certain way and we're interested in it getting done perfectly, then people freeze and they just do what they just stay right on a linear path. But if you actually introduce a sense of humor and some levity, there's much more potential and possibility for someone to say even, hey, this may sound like a really crazy idea, but what about the internet? No.
What's that?
Right. No, but you know what I mean? Like it's like they might just say something that is out of the box because you've created an atmosphere where that's possible, where somebody might listen to them and again, not make fun of them. That's a really key point is not, in my opinion and my experience now, 4 years working with companies around the world, Fortune 500 to 5 people on an island, is you don't want to make fun of people. It's just not the time in history to be making fun of people. Like,
and yeah, that's so true. And also it's not the time to have those microaggressions. Laughter should be about the micro affirmations, the micro positives, and bringing those out. I
love that. Is that you, Claire? Micro positive? I haven't heard of micro positive.
Micro positives.
See, you just said something innovative. Micro positive is genius. I hope you're all listening because I would love to introduce micro positives to my team. I think that's great.
Brilliant. You can use it. I'll copyright it first, then you can use it.
Of course.
So let's imagine that we're in the workplace and the team's feeling really stressed, under a lot of pressure, and you're a manager and wanting to get the best out of this team, and you're not really feeling like laughter. You're not really feeling it. What would be your top tip for that manager to bring laughter and positivity into the workplace?
My instinct is to say, like, slow down and give people the space and maybe play some kind of a game, like an improv game, which I know sounds really out of the box, but like you can say, you know, one of the improv interactions that we do is something called 5 things, right? So it's like 5 things in your refrigerator as fast as you can. And it's like a game, it's run like a game show, which I know, like, particularly as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about all the lawyers listening to this going, really? 5 games? Really? Like the barristers, I think you call them, and how that could really be off-putting, but just doing something silly, even putting on music for 5 minutes or less, 3 minutes, and just allowing people to change the energy in their bodies and in the room. But one thing that has been really a strong byproduct of all the virtual work is how fast we are to get, we want to get on, we want to get off. So even with our meeting, Claire, earlier, you was like, I'm so sorry I was late. So you were 2 minutes late, right? You were 2 minutes late and you're like, I gotta say, I'm sorry. But if we were in real life, would you ever walk into a meeting 2 minutes late and say, hey, I mean, you might, but I feel like this is so much a function of the virtual world that we just want to get on and get off. And, you know, and so I feel like allowing space for humanity in the room is really helpful, because it reminds us that, like, yes, we're on a deadline, super high stakes, but like, we're human beings. And so I think that's really important to maybe even introduce something about yourself that on your, you know, way in, something with a kid, with a pet, with a bad meal you had, like something benign. You know, you don't want to get into politics and religion and all the heavy stuff, but something, you know, that is light, but introduces some of your own humanity, and it just lets everybody go, ah, okay. Like, we're still
where you're coming from. Definitely. And I loved the change of energy. And I think that's really, really key. And I remember working with a team years and years ago on making phone calls, hitting that phone. And instead of everybody sitting down, I got everybody to stand up. Just getting people to stand up is a huge change of energy. So that's absolutely brilliant. How can we change the energy? How can we speed it up or slow it down when we need to?
Or shake it off, or have everybody go, you know. For those of you listening, I'm kind of shaking my hands and shaking my head, and you know.
That's brilliant. Oh, I want to have you over here. I want to see you in person.
I want to have a pink shirt party. That's what we need to have.
We should. I think we should. I mean, that's even fun in itself. I worked in a team once, and all the men went and bought exactly the same shirt, and they decided every Friday, it was sort of a Hawaiian one, they were all going to wear Hawaiian shirts every Friday, the same Hawaiian shirt. So that makes it fun. What can we do to make it fun and have a laugh?
Right. And a team built, like a bonding thing with your team, like inside jokes with the team. You have to encourage that, because that keeps them connected. And, you know, again, another issue right now is employee retention. And so what are you doing to underscore like the connection that we have as human beings?
Yeah, you have brought me so much energy. Thank you so much, Dani.
You're welcome so much.
What I want to do is, I bet you there's so many people out there who are thinking, I want to get in touch with Dani. And I'm actually thinking, I want to get in touch with you so that you can do something with my mum's retirement home in Australia, where they've all got dementia. So that would be wonderful. So no matter where you are in the world, you can get in touch with Dani, because you said it was worldwide. So where can people find you?
So laughteroncall.com, spelled the traditional laughteroncall.com. On all social media, we have a brand new website. Please go visit it. It's really beautiful. We're very proud of it. It has 2 tracks. So if you're looking for care partners, you can go down that zone, or employers. So everybody's very clear, and we have people standing by. We're doing in-person now as well. We've flown around for Amazon and Mondelez Bakery. We did an event in Mexico in Spanish, so we're also capable of doing that. So whatever, for all your laughter needs.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Dani, for making us smile and laugh. I'm laughing inside, and I feel really, really buzzed now, like I've got so much energy. So thank you for your time, and thank you for your energy.
Of course. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Take care.